Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here for round 2 with Lurrus and taxes. Here's what the deck looks like. Check out the deck tech from Monday if you are interested in more. Alright, we are playing against Romario, who could be on Doomsday or any number of other decks. Alright, we are playing a Lurrus mirror. I'm going to keep this hand. This is kind of good traditional Death and Taxes style hand, where you go Vile Go, and then afterwards you hope the Vile resolves and you dump a whole bunch of things into play. Now, this is a very good Thoughtseize. Taking this Vile slows down this hand so much. Yeah. That was a good draw off the top. I'm going to presume that our opponent is playing Doomsday just based on their previous results and this opener. In which case, the Thalia is only of medium power level, and this Revoker is only of medium power level, and the Squadron Hawk is bad, and the Swords of Plowshares is bad. This Mom also probably turns sideways rather than protects the Thalia if it resolves. We're sending it in. Now, I could be wrong, and my opponent could be playing, like, an Esper Delver deck or something like that, and I'll get super punished for that attack. Painter. So my opponent is naming white here. I wonder if they have something cool to do. They don't have Metalcraft. Alright, so I have a Swords of Plowshares. I can use this to permanently remove the Painter, or I can use it on their Lurrus, and I don't get to do both. I have legitimately no idea what my opponent's deck list is going to look like. Like, they don't have blasts. I can just revoke Grindstone and save the Swords to Plowshares for my turn. My next turn, because they're presumably going to play Lurrus on their turn. I also really want to get this Ether Vial in play, but I feel like I need to either hold up Swords to Plowshares or play Revoker. And I kind of feel like I need to bait them into playing this Lurrus. I need to answer that with my Swords to Plowshares. Alright. So a little tell here is that my opponent didn't name blue with their Painter's Servant. So they might not be playing Force of Will. That's definitely a little spooky. I don't know that I'm willing to drop the shields. A walking ballista is pretty bad for me. I think since I'm not hitting land drops, I need to do this. My own Thalia is almost assuredly hurting me more than it is my opponent. So I know my opponent can't be playing Karn if they're playing Lurrus, so that's something that I don't need to worry about just coming down and absolutely wrecking me. But recurring Ballista is very bad. Very, very, very bad. Man, I need mana so badly. So very badly. And I don't think I can Swords of Plowshares as Painter Servant. I just don't think that's profitable in the long run. Because if I don't answer my opponent's Lurrus, I probably just don't win this game. Like, the ability for that thing to recur LEDs and Wishclaw Talismans and whatnot probably ends up being insurmountable. Okay, so that's a land. An awkward land, but a land. I probably just attack my opponent's blue mana here. Actually, maybe I attack the white mana, make it harder for them to cast the Lurrus in the first place. So what is my opponent's, like, white mana primarily for? I do sort of wonder that. So, like, we've seen 2 different white producing lands. Forum's Chant, okay. It's for silence effects. We're just gonna get, like, ad nauseamed here? Wow, we are. I don't know that our opponent can string together a kill through Thalia when they're going to lose this 2 mana going to their next phase. I also have lethal in the air. Says that Romario is waiting to pay costs. Okay, they're just converting a Lotus Petal into an LED. Alright, that makes sense. Alright, feel like we got a little lucky there. I'm glad that I have more information about what my opponent's deck is doing now. So they're a hybrid Painter Storm deck. Stony Silence, Deafening Silence, Seal of Cleansing will all be very good. I guess given how worried I was about Lurrus that game, I maybe play some of this stuff. I'll definitely play Chalice for 0. And I don't know that I'd go so far as Crypt. I don't know how much removal my opponent is going to have to actually remove my creatures once they hit the board. I feel like we end up cutting some number of Charming Prince. I feel like we probably cut the Squadron Hawks again. The stuff that attacks in the air is pretty good, though. Like, Painter has a big butt. We're tight on mana that game, and I can see that being the case for other games, so maybe I don't Squadron Hawk. So this is still 63. This is still too many cards. Maybe we just, like, lose the ability to blink some of our creatures. I don't know how much removal they're going to have. And maybe I go down, like, one of these as well. Goes without saying, but, like, this is obviously a new deck. Like, it's built around the power of Lurrus, so I have no matchup experience here. I will choose this companion. I guess. I don't think this is the most powerful hand in the world by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm going to hope that I can't get goldfished on like turn 1 or anything like that. And that I actually have time to make it to 2 drops that matter. So this is something that I've talked about a lot recently, but I definitely feel like Aether Vial Go is just like not an acceptable play in Legacy right now. Like, if my opponent had a land drop there, they had access to 4 mana on their turn 2. And I don't know that Aether Vial cuts it. Like, if I get to drag this game on using one of my hate cards, like, sure, it works, but please just, like, play out Lurrus or something that I get to Swords to Plowshares. Yes. Great. Great, 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 great. Super happy that our opponent has what is potentially a weak opening hand. So we can answer one of their lands, but if we do so and this file gets removed, we're super, super, super dead. This card is also dead now. Let's try to take them off of cantrips. So if they get brainstorm locked here, they're in a dangerous position. Alright, I need to draw a land to Seal of Cleansing that. Nope. So I get a Remorseful Cleric to muck with their graveyard. Alright. Really am scared. Put in the one that's a faster clock. Say always no to that one now. Alright, we can seal and blow up one of them, which is cool. I guess the question is blowing up one of them good if I still give them access to another one? I'd probably sit on my seal. I can probably technically wait on doing that, but I'm not exactly scared of a sweeper out of my opponent's deck. Let's say no to that. The only reason we would want to tick it up is for Squadron Hawk very specifically. Source of Plowshare's Remorseful Cleric. No, I would like to have that around for the future for Lurrus reasons. So I will nuke your graveyard. And then I'm going to Rushot and Port you. So in case you're not sure what I meant by that, Caracas is going to be able to bounce Thalia, but then it costs my opponent a mana to do so. So now we have a reason why we want 2 vials on 2. And this is actually something that I could have foreseen. Because now if our opponent has a Thoughtseize, they can Thoughtseize this Thalia away. Whereas if I had ticked up the second vial, I wouldn't have been able to. But the Thalia was the draw for the turn. I guess if we have 8 hits where ticking up the second vial is good, I should have just done it. Alright, super need to draw a land. That way I can Stony Silence and put my Thalia back in play. Is there a world where I need to respond to that? No, that might just be getting the Lurrus into play. Nope. Ugh. Alright, that was the world where I needed to respond to that. Now my opponent gets to ad nauseum, and I can't stop it by destroying the Wishclaw Talisman. They're in dangerous territory. Flipping another 2 means that they're dead. So they haven't played a land. So they have 1 starting mana plus LED. They can Chain of Vapor Drannith Magistrate so that they don't die. My opponent brainstorms, do I Seal of Cleansing their LED or their Mox Opal? That's super interesting, actually. I'm pretty far from actually dying. But if I hit one of these mana sources, I might be able to have a greater chance at actually getting a kill. So I can take them off of Metalcraft in all likelihood, so their Brainstorm would have to hit double 0-cost artifact for them to get Metalcraft back. They've already played a land now. Yeah. What a crazy match. GG's. That was a strange one. Romario's Brew is really interesting. I don't know that it's better than other things that you can be doing, but I definitely like the design space that's being explored. All right, I'll be back tomorrow.